Today is 11th of August, 2 weeks after the launch of Pasir Ris 8. So I'm doing a follow-up video to look at what happens to the market. On the 25th of July, Pasir Ris 8 launched this integrated development. So total there was about 85% unit step up at the price of up to 2,000 per square foot. This created a bit of hoo-ha or commotion among all the buyers because 2,000 per square foot was a shocking news to a lot of people. Let's take a look at what happened after the launch. On the 28th of July, Business Times reported that the Pasir Ris 8 units sold at 2,000 per square foot emboldened other developers to raise their prices. The newspaper reported that the top reasons for the strong demand for Pasir Ris 8 includes low interest rate, decreasing pipeline supply, FOMO, fear of missing out, and the concern of new cooling measures. To me, these four are valid reasons, and likely the FOMO, fear of missing out, is one of the key factors. 1 week after launch, Business Times, the 1st of July, this quotes from the article, property agents urged buyers to make haste before developers raise price by 1 to 5%. On the 30th of July, HProp also reported that the success of Pasir Ris 8 weekend sales spur repricing at other developers' prices or projects. This video was done on the 11th of August, about 2 weeks after the launch. Now that the market has cooled down and then everyone's more calm, I have 3 key observations to make and to share with the audience itself. Observation number 1, the average price for this Pasir Ris 8 was less than 1,600 per square foot, not the 2,000 per square foot as thought. Okay, according to the Pasir Ris 8 developer, the price achieved ranged from 1,400 to 2,000 per square foot. The average price was just under 1,600 per square foot. I think during the commotion, a lot of people mistaken that the average price achieved was 2,000 per square foot. Why? This is likely due to this, I call it the infamous two-bedder. The price started at about 1,400 per square foot. There were 6 rounds of price increase. So what happened to this so-called the infamous two-bedder? There was a lot of messages circulating around agents and buyers that, hey, there's this 2-bedroom being sold at more than 2,000 per square foot. This infamous two-bedder is on the 9th floor. The indicative price for this unit was about 1.145 million at about 9 AM. Due to various reasons, this was unsold until 10:30 PM, which was finally sold at the price of 1.5 million, about 2,100 per square foot. Because of the hype and a lot of commotion, I think a lot of buyers mistaken that the 2 bedrooms at Pasir Ris 8 were average sold at 2,000 per square foot. That's a wrong information. Observation number 2, on the 4th of August, the Business Times reported that this rising construction cost is one of the biggest risks or worry by this property developers itself. So during this period, I think for all the developers who took this opportunity to raise the price by 1 to 5%, I think that's quite a fair price increase because of this future expectation of this rise in construction costs as well as the labor cost. Okay, observation number 3. In this post-COVID time, I wish to ask a question. Is CCR, Core Central Region, still king? CCR is a term used by the URA to divide Singapore into 3 major divisions. Is this CCR and OCR concept getting less relevant or important to buyers? I read this article from Stack Homes. It mentioned that URA has been quite aggressive in the decentralization for decades. Regional centers and commercial hubs are starting to appear in OCR. Example, the Punggol Digital District, which is still a work in progress, Paya Lebar Quarters, and also the Tampines Hub. In this post-COVID era, with work from home trends as well as home-based learning going to be a major part of our future life. With the convenience of online delivery as well as the phone apps to get a Grab, I think living in the east side or the OCR area like Pasir Ris is alright to me. Unlike 20 to 30 years back, in fact, the beach near to the Pasir Ris 8 is actually a plus point to my family. On the 4th of August, Business Times reported that there are more buying activities at some other condos ahead of the repricing. More than half of the transactions are in OCR. Outside the Prime District, prices increased by 1 to 3% in other projects. In contrast, some projects in Central District or the CCR actually saw price reduce to match demand. I believe with more convenience and amenities, OCR will continue to attract more buyers to consider living in that area because of the more affordable price points, right? I hope this 3 observations helps to clear some of the doubts. So thanks for watching. See you in my next video.